bat on. This has been great day already. Team scoring above 110 and almost chased down by the opposition team. The stroke making has been absolutely fantastic so far today, and we expect the similar kind of things occurring in front of our eyes. In the commentary box, I'm Devendra. With me is Raja. Good evening, Raja. What are your expectations in the first 3 overs? First thing first, winning the toss and bowling first for one more time. With how many matches? 6 out of 7 going in favor of the team batting first.
Yeah, Devendra, good evening. A surprise goal once again. I wish I could find an explanation for that decision, but I certainly don't want to take that task on hand at this stage. Completely bamboozling indeed, that decision to bowl first once again.
Mid-off, man at the extra cover, man at the cover point position. Now they're dropping the man at the mid-off position to the boundary at long off, and mid-on is come up in the circle. Excellent delivery. Is there a wicket? He's pleading with the umpire.
I think that was really ambitious. There was complete daylight, I feel, between the bat and ball. We'll look at the replay once again and see. Yeah, full and the ball moving away a little bit. There was a bit of deviation, and that's probably what got the bowler interested.
Under lights, into the breeze with slip in position. Goes into bowl to right and better. This time goes with a shot through the offside. He has sliced that one. 2 fielders after it. There will be a couple of runs. Was beaten of the very first delivery. This time around the length was slightly shorter, and hence going for that shot. Slicing stroke through the offside.
Yeah, this time there was a bit of width on offer, giving the opportunity to the batsman to free his arms and get that ball through point for a couple of runs. And on this occasion, overcompensating with his length and line as well. Wavered delivery and a wide signalled by the umpire.
Also keeping in mind with mid-on up in the circle, 2 fieldsmen patrolling on the boundary on the offside, the third man and long off. There is additional pressure of keeping the ball around the off stump or maybe outside the off stump. He guides the ball, rides the bounce and guides the ball and takes a single. Wants a second run. Chance. There can be a chance here, but the wicketkeeper took too long to release that ball, and hence the non-striker was successful in regaining the safety of his crease.
I think if there was one thing that comes out at the end of this tournament as an area for development, I would have no hesitation in saying it's the running between the wickets. That's certainly one area that these teams need to work on across the board.
Now change in field again. Mid-off is coming inside the circle. Men at the cover point position going on the boundary at the sweeper position. Looking to bowl back of length. This time he has cracked it away. Over the top of the man at mid-off and down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, whipped over the inner ring. I think it was there to be hit, asking to be hit in fact. And making the right kind of choice. Good shot selection on that occasion. Going straight down the ground. Over the head of that fielder at short mid-on. Well, in fact, going between short mid-on and short mid-off. And as a result of that shot, we can see both of those fielders are moving back. Hang on a second. This might have been a no ball.
They can only post 2 fielder outside the 30-yard circle in the first 3 overs. Now the mid-on is back in the circle. Gets it fine. Gets it over the top of the square leg fielder and down to the boundary for 4. Back-to-back boundaries.
Yeah, I think he has too much time there with that kind of pace to just open his arms up. That delivery was on the leg stump. All he had to do was just help it on its way. Just transporting that ball over the head of the short square leg fielder.
Get it wide off stump. Here he goes again into ball to right and bat, and this time looking to hit the ball through the onside, and he's found the wicket. He's bowled him.
I'm not really sure how you describe that shot. The fielding team is all cock-a-hoop, but was it really needed at this stage? It probably was, but you can question the execution of it. It was a harmless delivery. I feel a bit of movement, yes, but at that pace, you are able to see that early. Perhaps a case for him going straight down the ground. Mohammad Riaz going back to the hut for 8 of 3 deliveries.
Winning the toss and batting first, conceding 12 runs from the first over, but earning a wicket as well. United challenges versus Markhors 11.
Which end is this now?
Mixed over, 12 runs and a wicket from the first one. Need to think about that score of 110 in 10 overs in order to challenge the opposition team. Looking at the wicket condition, the ball is coming nicely onto the bat, so there has to be scored beyond 100 in order to make it safe as a batting unit.
Absolutely, Devendra. I think this pitch has flattened out from the first day, where it had a bit of tinge in green and the ball was jagging around a little bit. This is a very different looking pitch now. Hardly anything in it for the bowlers. All you have to do is just hit through the line, and it's an outfield that has value for money for your shots.
The pitch curator has done an excellent job by making sure that he watered the pitch properly and rolled it as well. No wonder it has flattened up now. It's good for batting. This time he finds the fielder at backward a point. The batters will go through for a single.
And dare I say this, Devendra, almost another run out. I've almost lost count of how many times a batsman has sloppily ran himself out in this tournament. As the crowd gets excited.
Two men on the boundary, man at the third man at the long off position on the offside. Will be interesting whether he will go down the ground into the breeze or not. Goes down the ground with mid-on up in the circle. He has hammered this one all the way for a 6.
Well, with the breeze, you said, Devendra, and he had sailed that ball through with the breeze. Sheer power, sheer disdain, and dominantly hit that ball across for yet another 6.
And goes again. Another thunderous strike straight down the ground. And it's gone over the boundary as well. Has it? It has. It has gone for 6. Back-to-back 6s.
Well, Daiha is turning it on here. He's setting this stadium ablaze. It's some serious fireworks. The first 2 deliveries have been deposited right into the grandstands for 2 massive 6s.
Lewis on to 12 of 2. Nothing changes in the field now. Or has there? There is a change. Long off, long on in place now.
Well, it was the second and the third deliveries that were deposited, but this time a good comeback by the bowler, bowling it slightly wide of that off stump.
Long off, long on in place. Beaten again.
Well, it was there to be hit, Devinder. Karamatullah would consider himself really lucky on that occasion. Oh. Oh, that's belligerent striking from the man. Putting his dancing shoes on once again, coming down the wicket and absolutely smashing it over the deep mid-wicket boundary for the third six of this over. This is what T10 cricket is all about. 3 sixes in the over, the crowd on their feet. Top quality stuff. And all of a sudden this tournament has come alive. We're seeing some serious batting here. Don't go anywhere if you're watching this at home. And this time there's a big appeal for LBW. The umpire is unmoved. The fielding team obviously not very happy. It seems like the umpire is signaling a free hit. So brace yourself, guys. There's a free hit coming up, and it's not because the bowler has overstepped. I think it's because they had an extra fielder. Goodness me. That is quite elementary.
Now the fielder is coming in from the boundary from the third man region. Had additional fieldsmen outside the 30-yard circle. Only 2 allowed in the first 3 overs. The mandatory power play overs. Shot powerfully struck and beautifully placed.
Yeah, he's turning it on here is Denzel with his striking. He's come out all guns blazing and straight down the ground. That's where he's eyeing them, and that's where he's been able to hit them and hitting them consistently well tonight. I like that backlift of his. I like that swivel of the bat, that swing. He's got the making of a top quality hitter for sure.
22 of just 6 deliveries. Off to a flying start in this innings. 37 for 1. After put into bat, they've been able to utilize the power play conditions to great effect already. This time he gets it over the top and away to the boundary. Away to the boundary for how many? It's gone for 4.
Oh, he's in a punishing mood out here. Absolutely cutting loose, capitalizing on anything loose on that occasion. It was coming slightly into him, and he absolutely murders the ball right into the boundary for a 4.
Beaten, going for everything.
The way it should be, I think, in this format of the game. They haven't lost a wicket after a flying start. 41 for 1. And only 2.3 overs bowled. Couldn't have asked for a better start.
Best start by any team in this tournament in the first 3 overs. Can they get to 50 in 3 overs?
That will be the highest score in the power play, I think, in this tournament. And they look well on course to achieve that score.
2 4s already from this over. Captain is under pressure because he can only post 2 fielders in a position from where they can curtail the boundary. Beaten again. Series of outswingers resulting in series of dot balls. 3 back-to-back dot balls here from Satar.
Yeah, I think that they've finally come to grips with his mode of hitting. They're now trying to make him stretch for his shots, bowling it wide outside the off stump, making sure they don't bowl in his range, and that's exactly the way to do it.
Finish the over well. And once again, 4 dot balls to finish the over. What a comeback from Satar in this over. He has completed his quota of 2 overs. He has conceded 21 runs and taken the wicket as well.
Yeah, he'd be generally happy with the way he's bowled. Just giving away 21 runs in his 2 overs, and after being hit for those 2 fours, he bowled 4 dot balls on the trot. That is just immaculate stuff. And I think he set a good example as well on where to bowl to these batsmen in these coming few overs.
If you have the pace, then look to bowl back of length. You're going to get a little bit of bounce, the spongy bounce. And if you're a swing bowler, then get around good length, and then there is a lot of movement available. Still a new ball. Only 3 overs have been bowled, and ideal conditions to get the movement as well because of the breeze and atmospheric conditions as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's still something in it for the bowlers here. If they hit the right areas, that is. And this time it was a touch short down the leg side, a wide signal. That's not an area to be bowling at, I'm afraid. He was lucky to get away with that. Any kind of a connection there would have resulted in a result that the bowling side wouldn't have liked. Oh, this time he lifts it, and it's gone right through the fielder's hands for a 6. Wow. For a moment I thought it bounced just short of the boundary, and it's a no ball as well. Goodness me. It was a good shot to start with, and then the fielder was just a bit in. Should have been really back at the boundary. Made it a bit difficult for himself. The ball goes through for a 6. And has it been signalled a free hit as well?
It has indeed gone all the way for a 6. What he wants to signal here, it's given as a 4. After having a word with the fielder there on the boundary, it was decided that that ball landed inside.
Yeah, I thought it was a 4 initially. That was my first impression.
47 for 1. Here is Inam, and this time he pulls the ball but gets the leading edge, and the catch is taken. But it was a no ball.
Yeah.
Before that, so it was a free hit.
Obviously enjoying the liberty of free hits these days. Didn't used to have them back in the day. A few years ago, no free hits.
This luxury lies with modern day players. That's true in the most punishing format, the T10, T20, one-day cricket as well, but not in Test match cricket, the original format of the game, the purest format of the game.
Who would want to be a bowler in this day and age? It's such a harsh game if you're a bowler.
Unless you are Rashid Khan. Or Jofra Archer, Jasprit Bumrah, Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Yeah, some exceptional names there.
Rabada.
Yeah, and the probability of you getting there is quite rare, but still. If you're one of those guys, then as a batsman, nobody would be wanting to face you.
Pulled away with fine leg up in the circle. He gets it over the top of that fielder and away to the boundary for 4. And it's 50 up as well after put into bat. This has been quite a batting performance already.
Yeah, he didn't really learn from his mistakes earlier. He pitched that ball short once again, and this time the batsman didn't miss out. We're talking about the likes of Jofra Archer, Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan in particular. When they will get back to it after this ball. Yeah, how good is Rashid Khan in this day and age?
Inspiring figures, cricketers germinating from Qatar can think up to him because he comes from Afghanistan. Not much of facilities that he got growing as a bowler, but the confidence and the passion to play the game of cricket, and then going all around the world and shining in Australia, in Caribbean Premier League, in PSL, in IPL as well, and at the international level as well. This time, great awareness about the field flashing with fine leg up on the circle, square leg on the boundary. The placement was immaculate, just timed and placed it.
Yeah, the number one spinner, one of the best spinners, if not the number one spinner going around in world cricket. It's a bit arguable, but in my opinion, I think Rashid Khan has to be the best spinner in the world right now. So difficult to get away with his guile, with his variation, his pace, people not being able to read him off the hand.
Different grips for the leg spinners as well as the googly master, as they know him fondly everywhere in the world. Potent googlies. He bowls around 4 googlies in 1 over. Earlier it was bowling 1 or 2 googly in an over. Shane Warne, Anil Kumble, other leg spinners from that generation were of the opinion of just using the googly as a change bowl. Rashid Khan bowls around 4 googlies in every over, and still he has been successful. The batsman couldn't find a plan to decimate his type of bowling.
And then he's really handy with the bat in hand as well. Can give you quick runs down the order, can hit those big sixes, can chase down steep targets.
That has come with better facilities, traveling around the world and getting the opportunity to train with some high quality batters as well as bowlers as well, against the bowlers as well. And when you play competitive cricket and you have the talent, you get the opportunity to polish it. Courtesy his bowling, he got the opportunities and then made sure that he utilized the opportunity to great effect to develop himself as an all-rounder. This time gets the top edge and ball will fly away to the boundary for 4.
Well, it doesn't really matter how they come, as long as they come, and that's the mantra the batsman is using. Just swinging once again, throwing everything at it, throwing the old kitchen sink, head nowhere, feet all over the place, but the end result is still a boundary.
Again, that extra bounce, finding it difficult as a batting unit to withstand that extra bounce, going for the shot in front of wicket, but getting the top edges or leading edges and getting the boundaries as well. This time he has cracked it hard. The timing wasn't there.
So we've got Rashid Khan. We've also got the likes of Tabriz Shamsi from South Africa and Zampa from Australia.
Yeah, the classical leg spinner. After Shane Warne from Australia, this time he has creamed that ball to the man at the mid-off position, and there is a misfield and there is a boundary.
Oh, he wouldn't like to see that on the replay, that's for sure. A straightforward ball, really. He should have stopped that. Anyone should have been able to stop that, actually. Maybe Jeffrey's grandmother?
According to him, she would have.
Oh, another mix-up here. And both batsmen almost ending up at the same end. Lucky to survive that. Yeah, coming back to that topic of leg spinner, it's a fascinating one, isn't it? Leg spinners, wicket-taking options, aggressive options, can go for runs. Not in case of Rashid Khan, of course, but generally, leg spinners are perceived as bowlers who are a bit expensive, but can get you wickets. Zampa, as you rightly pointed out, is another one.
Amit Mishra, Imran Tahir from South Africa. This time he hits the ball away on the onside. There will be run.
Yeah, Imran Tahir is another one who bowls very similar to Rashid Khan, quicker in pace, lots of variations, will bowl lots of flippers, straighter ones, googlies.
Adil Rashid from England.
Adil Rashid from Yorkshire has been absolutely instrumental in transforming the modern English side. Comes out to bowl as a wicket-taking option for them, and a lot of credit needs to be given to the likes of Owen Morgan for persisting with him.
Five overs have been bowled and it's 70 for 1, stroking the ball at the rate of 14 runs per over. Under lights here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium, Doha, Qatar, the capital of Qatar. Raja goes for a break and in comes Mikhail Vaswani in the commentary box. Off to a blistering start already. After put into bat, that decision of winning the toss and going against the trend of batting first has proved quite costly for the bowling department, Mikhail.
Goes high this time once again, plays it towards the sweeper cover region, another misfield, and what a start this has been for United Challengers. 70 for 1 in 31 deliveries. This after they've been put into bat, they've capitalized. Ramsey. Another tossed up delivery that's been picked up as well. But has he found the fielder? No, just above him as it sails into the long on. Stands for another 6. I'll tell you what, if you want to have a look at some good hits along the ground and over the ropes, drop by the Asian Town Cricket Stadium.
Was standing on the edge of the boundary rope there, but it had flown over him for a 6. 78 for 1. Cracked away. The placement is immaculate. It's gone for 4. A thunderous strike from...
Well, Denzel has come out of his den this evening, this time on the up, and just slammed that through the extra cover region. It was in the air for a while, but in the vacant area. Lot of power behind his hits. United Challengers are challenging the opposition. Gives the charge once again, plays it towards the cover point region. No protection, that should bisect the fielders. That's another 4 back-to-back boundaries. And he's racing ahead. And in the process, he's also got to his 50. What a sublime innings he's played. Under pressure, 52 in no time.
He's batting with a lot of freedom and aggression. Shot making, he's taken his chances as well. And in between, played some delightful shots along the ground as well. His timing, his placement, his footwork, spot on. 52 of just 21 deliveries. Third half century in the tournament. Earlier today, Adnan getting to a half century in the match number 7. This time he gets the gap. Will be chased from the fielder. They will collect a couple of runs here, but this has been a game-changing half century already. 52 of 21, utilizing the power play, mandatory power play conditions, and still continuing with the same flow.
Just adding some perspective into the numbers, 86 runs for United Challengers, 52 coming, beg your pardon, 88 now, 54 coming from the bat of Denzel. Goes to show what an impact player he's been up front for the Challengers at the moment. Hanaf at the same time 20 of 10. What a perfect fiddle he's played. Second fiddle, perfect foil. A costly 6th over. 18 runs coming off it. And at the moment, the Markhors, after winning the toss and fielding first, have only been running on all parts of the ground.
They've been sent on a leather hunt. The highest score so far in this tournament is 131. looks like the way they've been going about this business, it will be breached tonight.
Oh yes, this has been a very fine exhibition of six hitting. Lot of home runs along the ground as well. They've looked very, very good this evening. What a toss to lose for United Challengers. 88 in the sixth over. They're looking at the highest total in the tournament at the moment.
A blessing. Fine leg is up in the circle and the placement is absolutely spot on. Just guiding the ball behind the square for 4.
Devendra, quite rightly so. They are on a leather hunt at the moment, but they have been held by some very ordinary bowling. The bowlers are not sticking to their field, and runs being scored on all sides of the ground. In front of the wicket, square of the wicket, behind the wicket. It's coming thick and fast, and it's coming without much fuss or risk.
He persists with the same field. Down the track, it's gone high up in the air. There is an opportunity. A late realization resulting in ball landing between the two fielders.
Make that 3 fielders, as many as 3 converging, including the bowler as well, who for a split second thought he had a chance to go and grab that. But it was always the catch of the fielder at square leg. Chancing on their luck at the moment and looking good to get to 100 in no time. United Challengers are on a highway to the highest total in this tournament.
Denzil has a strike, 54 of 22. Stroked away and is dropped again.
Catches being dropped in regular succession over here. Let me tell you, the fielding has been very ordinary. And in the process, the batters are making merry in the middle. Wasim will feel a touch unlucky, but this time Kiran Bangalore should have taken that catch. He was stationed at the deep mid-wicket region. He didn't have to move.
Shot. Brilliant stroke for a flat 6.
And this time it's Hanaf. Picks the full toss and deposits over the long on region. And look at that extension and look at that swing as well. Swinging his arms this time. This has been a power innings, 100 up in the 7th over. And let me tell you, they're looking pretty to score the biggest total.
Searching for a wicket. It's not coming anytime soon. Takes the edge and takes a single as well.
What a batting masterclass it's been this evening. We saw a wonderful game unfold earlier between Sprite cricket stars and Bangla Tigers. And once again goes big, goes high, gets the distance, and that's a handsome strike over the long on boundary for another 6. Denzil and Hanaf are turning it on here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Gives the charge and picks it on the up, and there he goes.
A baseball strike. He had given a real thump to that. Ball travelling all the way for a 6. Power. Plenty of power behind the stroke making. They're continuing to leak runs here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. 7 overs bowled, 107 for 1. There's every chance of going beyond the highest total so far in this tournament, 131.
I'll tell you, the number of 6s and 4s will make a very interesting piece of statistic in this particular game. By far, they have looked a side that has only believed and dealt in boundaries and big hits. And look at this partnership. 32 of 17 for Hanaf. He's not missed out. But Denzil Daya-Lewis has just taken off 61 of 24. And they're batting at a run rate of 15.29 at the moment. With 24 balls to spare, they look very good to score pretty at the moment. And the field is being spread and changed rapidly every delivery.
So they got man and third man on the boundary, on the offside, man at the backward point, 3 on the onside. More changes in the field. Third man is coming up in the circle. Fine leg is up in the circle. Square leg on the boundary. Mid wicket on the boundary. Man at the long on, long off, and now men in front of square on the offside on the boundary ropes. Straight to the fielder.
What an opportunity here for United Challengers to just make a statement in the tournament as well. They've already done it by getting to 100 in the 6th over. I beg your pardon, the 7th over. That in itself shows their batting muscle and might in the middle.
He's away through the onside. The fielder is a mere spectator. It goes into the stands for another humongous 6.
Oh, that's monstrous. Stand and deliver. And he crunches that over the mid-wicket region. Now that would have found the sweet spot of the bat, and the noise that it would have made would have delighted any batter watching it from the stands.
Dismissed from its presence, clobbered away for a huge 6. None for 26 in 1.2 overs so far for Kirma Ullah.
Pressure. That's what happens when you've been hit for a 6 in only a second delivery. The line, the length, everything has been wavered. The fielding too has been all over the place for Markhors. United Challengers are having a very good Sunday evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium.
And good evening continues. Gets it over the top. He has got his hand onto it, but couldn't take the catch. The batters will collect 2 more runs. He's living a charmed life tonight.
And that pretty much sums up the story as well for Markhors this evening. Every catch that has come has been put down. It's popped out of the hands, an extra run been conceded, and the batters continue to make merry. Denzel 69 of 26, Anaf 33 of 18. What a partnership this has turned out to be.
4 of 6. Wideish delivery, and he got one through a dot ball eventually. Some relief.
That's a miracle ball, because the manner in which the batters were going about, a dot ball was the last thing you would imagine. Kiramatullah 29 in 10 deliveries, 2 more to go for him.
Gives room and smashes it down the ground. 2 fielders. They will go out of the boundary line to bring the ball back. Another 6. Second 6 of the over.
Go fetch it, says Denzel, gives the charge, picks it on the full. Tell me if there's a better striker of the ball in the QCA presence, Ramadan T10. I'll say I cannot find anyone beyond Denzel at the moment, because he's making 6 hitting look so easy, and in the process as well also piercing the gaps. What an over, and look at the running between the wickets. They have made the most of this over. 2 sixes coming off it. 18 runs off the 8th over. 123 for 1. Look at that total at the moment. 12 more deliveries to go, and that partnership. It's a record here. The first time a 100-run partnership has been witnessed in the QCA Ramadan T10 Cup, coming from the bats of Denzel and Hanaf. 33 in 18, 77 in 29, and it has come in rapid time.
113 of just 42. A 100 partnership in T10. It's remarkable achievement already.
Teams in this tournament have not been able to get past 100, and here we see the second wicket partnership over 100. That shows the kind of impact and dominance, authority and control both these batters have had over the Markhors.
Can they get to 150? Sure, 131 will be breached in this over. That's for sure. The way they've been going about the business of getting runs here. More changes in the field. Man at the mid-wicket on the boundary, long on, and square leg. Fine leg is up in the circle. Third man is up in the circle as well. Beaten with a little bit of extra bounce.
Much better line this time. Got to keep it somewhere around the off stump or slightly outside of it. You don't want to give them the license to free their arms. Don't want to bowl it into them as well. Both are batting and can see the ball very well at the moment. Abdus, can he keep the batters quiet?
He's got the height, Can he dig the ball into the pitch? This time beats him again as he looks to give a bit of room to himself to carve the ball through the covers with extra cover inside the circle.
2-dot balls, quite a rarity in this particular innings. Not many bowlers have tasted success. You can imagine by the wickets column over there, only one wicket has fallen. 125 runs been scored already.
Under lights from the QCA, and this time he slices the ball over the top of the man at the backward point. An opportunity for batters to collect 2 more runs.
What's been really good about this innings of United Challengers is the shot selection and how clean the striking has been, Devinder. No half measures. They've gone after the bowling, they've played to a plan, they've taken their chances, and all the boxes have been ticked for them.
Chose the right areas to hit as well. Plenty of shots straight down the ground. Whenever it was shot, it was cut disdainfully. Takes the edge. Streaky, lucky. It's a boundary.
Don't bother running for that. The ball has enough legs to get to the fine leg boundary. Fortune favors the brave, and sometimes the rub of the green goes with the team that's taking their chances. That could have easily crashed into the stumps through an inside edge, but it decides to go for a 4. So runs continues to come from the bats of Hanaf and Denzel.
Denzel 77, Hanaf on 39. 6 runs already from this over. And this should be caught. Eventually the partnership has been broken, courtesy a short lifting delivery, a leading edge.
A little too late in the day for Markhors, but they'll take it. That's because it's not just a wicket, a dot ball as well in the process. That catch too almost popping out of his hands. Well, that's been the story this evening, but another very fine innings and a very fine partnership comes to an end. United Challengers have looked superb this evening with the bat. Hanaf departs for 39. He's done his job and he's given his partner good company, scoring at a strike rate of 169. And that's been the highlight of their innings. They have scored it very rapidly.
Under the circumstances, excellent over. That's 2 and 4, 6 runs and a wicket. Can he finish the over well? 131 for 2. Sunil, the new batter in, and he will be on strike for the final delivery of the 9th over. He should be thinking about getting a boundary, no single here.
Got to give 6 deliveries to Denzel in the next over.
Lobs the ball up in the air. He's going to go for a run. And the catch is taken. A remarkable attempt. The second attempt resulting in a catch.
A simple, straightforward catch made to look spectacular by the juggling fingers and hands of the fielder. He did well to come underneath that one, but that's been the story. And just when it looked like it popped out, he manages to get his 1, 2, 3, and finally the delight and ecstasy is but obvious, because what looked like another mess ends up being success. Another wicket falls. Good news is that Denzel will retain strike with the new rules coming into play now.
Yeah, you cannot cross over. That's a good rule as well. Otherwise, you give the opportunity to a set batsman rather than new batsman coming in and facing. The new batsman should be exposed to that challenge of facing the first ball against a bowler in rhythm. That's something that is so exciting about the game of cricket, but excellent recovery.
Look at that catch. I'm sure he will go back and see that on replay, because it made for some very fine and entertaining visuals there. A juggling catch is always going to draw your attention.
Satish Kumar, a new batsman in. Denzel on 77 of 29. 2 wickets in 2 deliveries. 9 overs have been bowled here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium in match number 8, where United Challengers put into bat getting to 131 for 3. Last 6 deliveries of this innings.
Oh, he's pulled that, goes over the wicket-keeper's gloves, may have brushed it as well, and that'll race away towards the boundary too. Very fine delivery, just getting a top edge this time around. Valiant attempt, but that was climbing on the keeper.
Little bit of extra bounce, looking to bowl into the pitch, getting the top edge, and once it flew over the keeper, the outfield is lightning quick ball trouble all the way to the boundary. 135 for 3, highest total so far in this tournament.
This time plays it towards backward point. They're running the first run fast. Nicely fielded. They come back for the second. So Satish Kumar as well has begun on a very aggressive note. Oh yes, it's a record score at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium in Ooredoo Presents QCR Ramadan T10 Cup powered by Elite Sport. No team has managed to score these many runs in 10 overs, and it's United Challengers who've done it.
Total of 16 days of event, 16 teams participating as well. Top edge, this should be caught. Oh, has he dropped it? He has dropped it. That's been the story throughout the innings as well.
They can easily make a drop catches package this evening by the Markhors. Some simple regulation catches have been put down, and they have allowed the United Challengers to score runs merrily and readily in the middle.
Danger has a strike, and he gets a bouncer and gets a dot ball as well. In arm.
Wicketkeeper too failed to collect this delivery on the way to him. Wonder what's with the fielding this evening by the Markhors. Has the decision backfired of fielding first?
Certainly it has. Because whatever we have seen so far in the tournament, team winning the toss and batting first, just one exception. This time he gets the inner edge. Everything is working for Denzel tonight.
You can position 20 fielders on the ropes, but the ball will still manage to deceive everybody and go to the boundary. You cannot set a field for this. The bowler also just feeling the anguish as he realizes that nothing can be done over here as the batters are inching towards the 150 mark.
I think he has come to the ground after watching a highlight of some highlight package as well, boundary package. Everything working. Everything is going through the gap wherever it is available.
The final delivery. Picks it on the full this time around. He's got the distance on this one as well. It's another home run. Denzel, you beauty, single-handedly has completely mauled the opposition this evening. Walked into bat, dictated terms, this time making room, playing it over the extra cover region as it sails into the boundary for another 6. He has pretty much dictated terms this evening, and United Challengers pose an imposing total of 148 for 3 in their 10 overs.
Delightful batsmanship from Denzel, getting 87 in the process as well of just 32 deliveries. Had a great partnership with Hanaf Mohammad, 39 of 23 from his blade as well. 100 plus partnership and record smashing total here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium after put into bat, getting to 148 for 3 in 10 overs with the run rate of 14.80. It has been quite a show, quite a determined show in the batting department by the team United Challengers. 2 batters getting the opportunity at the top of the order with the potential of destroying the opposition bowling attack. They've been helped by some poor fielding as well. Plenty of catches going down, and most of the bowlers suffered to the hand of Denzel in particular.
Oh yes, take a look at that economy rate. 10, 18, 16, 9, 18, 19. That pretty much sums up the story here for Markhors. This after they decided to bowl first. Two wickets for Abdus Samad, by far the most impressive bowler. He is the only bowler who had the economy under 10. Only 3 wickets to fall. The first one at the score of 12. Second one at 131, and by the end of it, you could see that scoring at a run rate of 14 and over, the United challengers completely blew the opposition away, scoring 148 for 3 in their first innings.
Wickets to fall. They lost the first wicket for 12, 2 for 131, and then third wicket in the 140s. So that's the situation. We take a short break. When we come back, Markhors openers will be in the center, in the chase, requiring 149 to win in 10 overs.
Welcome back. The chase is on at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium as the match between Markhors and United Challengers is poised, with Markhors requiring 149 runs in 10 overs. It's been a batting masterclass by the United Challengers, spearheaded by Denzel and supported by Hanaf, as they took their team to 148 for 3. Batting first in the combox, giving me company this evening, Raza Anjum. Raza, what an evening it's been for the batters.
Oh, absolutely. Denzel derailing the bowling attack of United Challengers. Complete domination with the bat. And they've got a big task ahead of them here, United Challengers. I just get the feeling Denzel might just have taken this game away from them single-handedly.
Oh yes, winning the toss, fielding first, conceding 148. They're playing catch-up. Oh, that had good shape on it. Ball tailing into the right-hander. But Shahzeb is off the mark with a single over the bowler's head. First runs on the board for Markhors.
Yeah, they need to go from the word go, and the first 3 overs so crucial. It's a bit of a cliche, yeah, the first 3 overs, but in the context of this game in particular, where you're chasing a mammoth total, it becomes ever so important that you make use of the first 3 overs.
Now, this is what happens when you're defending 148. Look at that slip quadrant. You have 2 slip fielders in a T10 format. Oh, he goes big this time over the 30-yard circle, but has he got enough bat on that? Work to do for the fielder at long off. He'll keep it to 2 runs. Intentions clear. They'll be throwing their bats at everything, and every delivery, let me tell you, every delivery is going to be an event.
Well, that's the kind of intent you need if you are to chase down a total as big as this one. And the kind of intent you need if you want to take those fielders off slips as well. This is interesting to see. 3 fielders in that slips corridor. Not very often that you see that in a T10 game.
Once again throws the kitchen sink at this one. A single towards mid-on. They've left with no option but to practically swing and keep swinging that bat.
So only the swing can make you the king in this format of the game.
That one holding its line. I'll tell you, one number that will be haunting them is that asking rate. It's at 15.54, and with every dot ball, it'll only be climbing into their mind.
I will certainly. Oh, on that occasion, he's hit that straight down the ground through the fielder. There have been some mishaps in the field today. And yet another one goes through the fielder there for a boundary. Yes, that asking rate, Mikhail. It's a cause of concern. It's definitely something that's going to cause a bit of anxiety in the batting camp. Make no mistake about that.
Cracking shot that by Shahzeb. This time plays it down the ground towards mid-off for a single. He's looking good, Shahzeb. He's middling it very well. The ball is nicely coming onto the bat. The contest is on.
Such a good wicket as well to bat on. An absolute batting paradise. We saw on the first day of the event where there was a bit of grass on the wicket and the ball was moving around. All of that is completely out of the window now.
Raza, looks like you're all set to pad up and go at number 3.
I'm still missing my partner at the other end, and that has to be you.
The partner has retired long back, my dear friend. But a very fine first over in context of the game, simply because They need to be scoring at 15 and plus, and having conceded 9, Nasser will feel he's done a fairly decent job.
As much as I would like to go out there in the middle, this is a task that I would leave to the United Challengers batsmen.
The Markhors batters.
I beg your pardon, the Markhors batters.
Imras to bowl from the Qatar cricket end. Second over. New ball in hand. 148 as cushion. Oh, that's been picked up. Fine leg up in the circle. That's always going to be 4. All he had to do was just go over it. Now this was a very poor delivery, angling into the right-handed batter, drifting down leg. And the batsman says thank you very much as he helps it over the fine leg boundary.
We said he's looking good, and that shot is exactly why we were saying that. Minimum of effort there, just a flick of the wrist, looking down on the ball, and so well balanced at the crease.
You're ready for the challenge, Markhors. The captain at the toss, Sattar, did mention that they have a very strong, long batting lineup. Oh, looks to go big. No way in the line of the delivery, not getting behind it. Rush of blood sometimes.
It was there to be hit. No movement at all. You'd probably feel that he's missed out on that one. Could easily have deposited it anywhere around in that vacant offside region. There is no fieldsman patrolling the boundary on the offside, mind you.
Goes big this time. Once again, does not get the elevation on that. But they'll race away towards the mid-wicket boundary for a 4. There was protection, but he really couldn't cut it off in time. 4 welcome runs here from Markhors. They won't complain.
It was a streaky shot, didn't really middle it, but it doesn't really matter because it's 4 more in the tally.
It's quite a vociferous dugout of Markhors. Was wondering where the support is coming from, but they do have an army as well. They do have a support army coming in as well. The 12th man that we call, the fans, the crowd. Every run is being cheered for. At the moment, Shahzeb has looked very impressive in the short stay of his. Pulls it this time, not quite convincing. 1, 2, 3, 4 bounces as it trickles into the boundary ropes in the fine leg region. So back-to-back boundaries, and there's some kind of hope being raised, and the fans are too excited as well.
Well, it doesn't really matter how they come as long as they can keep coming. This time it was not control at all, not the best of shots in terms of the cricketing terms, but it goes away, rolls away for yet another boundary, and he's really putting the pressure on the bowling side here in this over. He's already hit 3 boundaries, and the bowler is under a lot of pressure here. Ball number 5. Here we go. And this time he's used his feet, and he's lifted. That is a monstrous blow. It's gone right up into the stands. Another 6.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. The script's changing over here. They've not thrown in the towel. Markhors have come out with intent, and they're executing as well in fine style. Full face of the bat, presenting the bat maker's name over the side screen. This by far is the shot of the evening. He's made it look so easy. They've raced to 27, and all of a sudden you can see a little bit of discussion happening in the middle. Three fours and a 6 already in this over. Once again looks to go big, but has he found the fielder? Oh, it's been put down. That was a regulation catch, straightforward. That should have been taken. Will this prove costly? Life given to dangerous Shahzeb. And look at, in fact, the gentleman out there in the stands is saying he would have taken it.
Ask Jeffrey's grandmother. She might have taken it as well. Absolute sitter. Would take that with your eyes closed. And this opportunity would probably come back to haunt United challengers later on. He's looking really good. Is Shahzaib. He's already scored 25. It was a regulation catch, really. Should have been taken.
Quite an eventful second over. 19 runs coming off it and a simple catch being put down. Shahzaib given a life. He's back on strike. Beg your pardon, Ramsey it is.
Well, we saw a really close encounter in the first game, and this is no different, I think. I feel it's going to go down to the wire as well.
Is the game in the balance? Still believe that the fielding side is ahead. Nasser 9 runs off his first over. They need a breakthrough. Goes big this time. Over the infield. Few bounces will be cut off. Oh, some nice footballing skills there.
Was he auditioning for the upcoming FIFA World Cup?
He's in my back line for sure.
He could soon be in the front line, mate, with those types of skills.
At the moment in the front line is Shahzaib. 27 of 11.
I mean, with the way he's going, that's absolutely fine, because he's beginning to shine. We go once again, straight down the ground. Couldn't quite middle that ball as well as he would have liked to, just a single. But they are getting a move on here. They're getting that scoreboard ticking at the rate of knots.
And Raza, despite that 19-run second over, that asking rate is still at 15.39. Now that's the concern. They need to keep striking at 19 and over to get that asking rate to below 10.
Yeah, they will always be playing catch-up in this game. And the pressure will be on them. So it's United challengers' game to lose, I think.
Goes big, gets an outside edge on this one. Will race down the third man boundary for a 4. Runs coming thick and fast. They won't be complaining the way it comes, but they'll accept it as far as they're getting the home runs and the boundaries.
I'm just trying to figure out the bowling plan here by United challengers. They've got a man back at the boundary at deep point and a deep mid-off. And that in a way is telegraphing. And they've just moved the third man behind now after that delivery. The man from deep mid-off, deep long off rather, comes back in. So in a way, last delivery I thought United challengers, Nasir, was telegraphing where he was going to bowl. The batsman probably was ready for that line outside the off stump, ready to throw his arms at it. Still 2 slips in place. Oh, a swing and a miss. It's interesting. Captaincy is really aggressive in his mindset. He's still got 2 slips in place. He's looking for wickets, even in this format of the game, which is good to see. But how far and how long can he afford this?
Absolutely, particularly at a time when there's not much movement in the air or off the seam or off the pitch as well. Inside edge this time, fine leg up in the circle. Runs coming behind the wicket at this point in time. 1 over third man, 1 towards the fine leg region. 2 fours in this over, and that's why it's important. He removes that slip and just positions and stations his fielders at the right areas.
And a bit of French cricket again in Doha. Markhors wouldn't mind that. It's a 4 nonetheless.
Raza, there's no short fine leg at all. He has a slip and an unconventional short third man and a backward point. And now there's a change in the field. Mid-on pushes to long on. Third man comes up in the circle. So you practically have 3 fielders behind the wicket. Make that 4 fielders behind the wicket. A backward point, third man, short gully and a slip. And he drills that handsomely towards the side screen region. He'll say you can change the field wherever you want, but for a 6, you will only remain a spectator.
Well, stand and deliver. He smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. And then he just stands there and admires his effort. Well, it's interesting how they had so many fielders behind, and despite that conceded 2 boundaries, one towards the third man region and another one towards fine leg.
3 overs 46, still the asking rate at 14 and a half, 103 needed in 42 deliveries. Ramsey has joined the party alongside Shazib, and both of them have put on 46 for the first wicket in the power play. Plan on for the Markhors over here. They are not going down without a fight, and at the moment they are chasing this target.
And that required run rate, let's talk about it in a bit. Required run rate 14.71. As we can see, the title sponsors of this tournament, Ooredoo, they have sponsored this tournament. Remember, Ooredoo, the #1 telecom company in Qatar, bringing this tournament live to you from Asian Town Stadium in Doha. As we head into the second half, the second passage of this play, after the power play is over, the field will move back now as Farhan comes into the attack.
Farhan being introduced from the Qatar cricket end. Spin introduced. Long on, long off in place. Oh, that's a half tracker. That's hit over the bowler's head. Work to do for the fielder at long off. They'll keep it to 1.
Yeah, I think sanity prevailed in the end. For a moment I thought he was going to go back for the second. Could easily have been another run out. That's the last thing they need at this stage. Do Markhors, they've gotten off to a really good start. They've got the momentum, and I feel this could be an over where they could really launch. Telling by that first delivery, it was perhaps a loser now. But if he bowls a few of those in this over, there's a great opportunity for the batting team to really capitalize.
Tossed up delivery. He's picked that clean. What a strike into the side screen region. Once again, look at the confidence and conviction in the shot making. Ramsey is looking very good in the middle.
Yeah, that's a towering shot. That's not a small 6 by any stretch of the imagination. He's hit that way over the boundary for a 6. And this is what I was referring to. I think this is the over they've got to target. No spin on offer at all. A gentle delivery, lobbed up. And all you had to do was play through the line. And they're 53 for none. And this time again, he hits it straight down the ground. Straight to the fielder, though. They've scored 50 in 3.2 overs. Just the kind of start they would have hoped for.
The fight is on as far as the Markhors are concerned, but they have to keep finding those home runs practically in every over. The asking rate still around and above 14.5 at the moment. Goes big, gets an inside edge, and they'll go towards the short fine leg region, shy of the stumps. All happening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. What a day of cricket it's been. We've seen a very, very close game earlier in the day in match number 7. And in match number 8, we've seen a run fest.
Well, this is exactly what T10 cricket is all about. Runs, 6s, 4s, and it's been 6s galore in this second innings in particular. And this time it was a touch short. He's lifted it over extra cover for yet another boundary. He is in a thunderous mood here, is Ramsey. He was dropped a touch short. He stayed back on the back foot and then just launching it, making sure he clears that extra cover fielder and gets another. And it's gone again. Is it big enough? It is big enough. What an over is this turning out to be? It's 19 of the over. This over looks like a phone number.
And it's Ramsey calling the shots in the middle. He's turned it on. And he's dealing in boundaries. Stand and deliver, just clearing that right foot of his over the fielder at long off for another 6. Both these batters have decided attack is the best form of defense, and they have been in counter-attack mode.
Yeah, 19 of that over. Just the kind of over they needed as we have a look at that partnership. 65 runs of just 24 deliveries. Ramsey scoring 34 of just 10 deliveries, and Shazib has partnered him well for his 34. 30 rather, beg your pardon. So, yeah, they're moving along nicely. This is exactly the kind of partnership they needed up front if they had any chance of chasing this target down.
It would be fair to say they've conceded way too much bowling first. 148 in 10. Even the best batters will feel the heat when chasing it. Satish Kumar introduced into the attack. He'll be bowling from the Elite Sports end. Conceded 7 runs in his first match of his. What a counter-attack this has been from Shazib and Ramsey. All 10 wickets intact.
He's gone down the track and straight to the fielder. It's great to see from the cricketing point of view, though, so many runs being scored. The crowd that has turned up here in numbers is being thoroughly entertained. This is what T10 cricket is all about.
And in the process, already 200 runs have been scored. 148 plus 60 odd runs. Just goes to show the kind of surface that has been dished out by the curators and the kind of cricket on offer as well. I'll tell you what, at no point the fielding side should feel the pressure. But clearly they'll be concerned with their bowling being torn apart in the middle at the moment.
Yeah, what can they do here to get a breakthrough? They've been a bit overexcited, in my opinion. They've made too many fielding changes. This time wide outside the off stump. Obviously he's feeling the heat. He doesn't want to pitch it anywhere near his zone. So the heat is certainly on. They've got to do something here to pick up a wicket, to break this partnership. And he comes again, Satish Kumar tosses it up and he's cut that one away. There is a fieldsman back there at deep cover. He restricts it to only one.
The field has been spread out. You can see that on the onside they have a long on mid wicket and deep square leg. There's only one fielder inside the circle behind the wicket, and on the off you have 3 fielders inside the circle and 2 outside guarding the long off and sweeper cover region. That's been picked up over the bowler's head. It'll go for another single, and this is where the problem lies. They can't drop in momentum, Raza.
Yeah, absolutely. One good over. I think the United Challengers know that it's just one good over they need to get back into this game. And is this the over? Just the 4 runs off it. He has to finish well. Wide once again. But I like the kind of pace that he's bowling with. We've seen in this tournament. Slower, flattening it up. Not giving any pace to the batsman can do the trick.
Oh yes, this is a passage of play where proceedings slow down. Not just in the pace, but also the scoring. And they cannot drop at the moment, Markhors. Gives the charge. Oh, just for a split second you felt that he may have just dropped his guard and was short of his crease.
I think it'll be hard to hit him straight down the ground with that pace. There could be a case for him probably moving to that 4th stump, going across the stump and lifting it over fine leg somewhere, or sweeping, maybe play a switch hit, do something different, because he seemed to have got the hang of the batsman here. We'll have to see what strategy the batsman comes up with in the last two.
Oh, he's picked that up towards the mid-wicket region. Has he found the fielder? Just brushes his fingers, maybe goes over it. 4-6. So the runs coming from Ramsey's bat, and he's finding the big hits as well. He was quick to launch onto the back foot and play it in the mid-wicket region.
Yeah, exactly how he should be bowling this batting against this kind of bowling. Just wait on it. It's slow, but you have so much time in hand. You can wait till the cows come home. We'll have to see what he does on this delivery. Will he go on the onside again? I think he will. No, outside the off stump. He was eyeing that mid-wicket region again. So as we move to the final half of this game, I would like to welcome Mr. Devinder and Chandan to take you through to the end of this innings.
Thank you, Raja. Thank you very much. 76 for no wicket, chasing 149 to win. They need 73 to win from 30 deliveries at the rate of 14.60 run per over. And they're scoring at the rate of 15.20 with 10 wickets in hand. There is a possibility for the team Markhors to register a come from behind victory after conceding 148 in their 10 overs. Chandra, now it's just dropping a bit, but this has been a sensational run chase already from Markhors 11.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, Devinder, it has been a spectacular run chase. We see that curve climbing up. Not many runs required now on. They have 73 of last 5. This is a chance, and it has been taken. The first wicket goes down. This was the need of the hour. The fieldsman holding his nerve, not fumbling it at all, and takes a clean catch at the boundary line.
Under pressure, brilliant catch taken. Kept his eyes on the ball around at the waist height, and made sure that he kept his eyes on the ball and held that one beautifully eventually to eke out the first wicket. So finding wicket, will there be change in momentum or not? It will be very interesting to see, but eventually getting something to celebrate for the team.
Yes, absolutely. Imran doing the trick there. Wonderful ball that was back of the length. The batsman rolling back to the back foot, but couldn't capitalize on that. Shazib going on for 32. Well made 32. We are at the 6th over, 76 for 1. It's been a run fest in this second match of the day today. This is QCA Presents T10 tournament, powered by Ooredoo and Elite Sports.
Markhors captain winning the toss and inserting the opposition in, conceding 148 in their stipulated 10 overs in response. They needed this kind of effort. The power play was used beautifully, and after that they continued to play shots to take their team in a position from where they can win also. Another good delivery. They have taken the wicket, getting a dot ball in, and that's the problem when you chase a mammoth target like 148. Couple of dot balls or wicket, it brings about additional pressure on the mind of the batter.
Absolutely, like Mikhail was saying, this is the phase of the game wherein a wicket falls, the pace of the run scoring goes down, the pace of the balls go down. Imran doing the trick there for his captain. This over is turning out to be wonderful. This time it's been bowled straighter, but down the wide line. One more extra run added to the total. Markhors, this time they must be looking to cross that line. 149 at one time. It seems a big total in a 10-over match. But right now they are in a good position. Imran once again.
3 men on the onside. He's firing it wide outside the off stump again. He's losing his line with 3 men on the onside at square leg, mid-wicket and long on. Still he's trying to take the ball away from the left-hander. He's bowling into the breeze. It's a very, very strong breeze here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium.
This one again, a big swing and a miss. The bowler doing the trick is not taken off the pace of the ball this time. He is bowling his speed. 71 required of those last few overs, which is 4.3 at a rate of 15.78. They're already scoring at 14.18. Imran one more time. This time tossed up delivery. Completely missed by the keeper as well, but again an extra run. Probably he's trying to divert the concentration of the batsman. The batsman was looking so good. Ramsey at that occasion. He's already scored 41.
What he's trying to do at the moment is trying to keep it out of the reach of the left-hand batter. That's why he's firing wide up off stump. This time it's been heaved down the ground and it has been dropped for one more time. Plenty of catches going down, and this one was one of them.
You cannot offer to lose that catch. You cannot miss that catch. That should have been taken. This was an easy chance. A wicket here going down will completely change the course of the game. This over is turning out to be a wonderful over, except for those extras that have been bowled. Imran doing the trick. That's bowled him. That one was tossed up. Good speed. Did not give any room to the batsman. Second wicket goes down, and this is where the change happens. The captain keeping that confidence in his bowler. Wonderfully bowled. Straighter. No room whatsoever there. Another one bites the dust.
Match winning over this. Just conceding 5 runs and taking 2 wickets. 2 dangerous batters who were going berserk have been sent back in the pavilion. Ramsey also goes for quick fire. 41 of just 17 is bowled by Imran, and Imran has certainly directed the game towards his team with that excellent over, just conceding 5 runs and taking 2 wickets. 81 for 2 now.
At one time when we saw that hitting in the first 5 overs, this over is the game changer. Definitely one best over so far. 81 for 2. 2 openers going back to back. 2 new batsmen on the crease now. We'll have to wait and watch how they adjust to the conditions there. It's a breeze, as DK said. Wonderful breeze here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Lots of spectators coming in today. They're all cricket fans.
Fantastic atmosphere here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. The spectators making noise. They've been thoroughly entertained in this contest. 148 runs in the first innings, and now it's a beautiful stroke. There is a fumble, and that will prompt the batsman to go back for the second. A memorable over where he has conceded only 7 runs and taken 2 wickets.
2 crucial wickets, we should say, DK. This has been a wonderful, wonderful over, except for those 3 wide balls and a drop catch. But then next ball, the batsman got out bowled. This is certainly one best phase of the game. 66 required, still at the rate of 16 they will have to score. The 2 officiating umpires here, Riaz and Prasanna, the 2 pillars of Qatar Cricket Association. Wonderful breeze, as we say. It's blowing from the insulator, and so this gives a good support to the bowler from that end.
Satish Kumar, none for 11 from his first over. He's bowling with the breeze and got a dot ball straight away. Excellent previous over, and they need someone who can complement the effort. The shift in momentum has to be complemented, has to be supported by other bowler as well, bowling in combination.
Not the best of the bowling which has happened today. This has been lobbed over the extra coverage and for a beautiful, beautiful 6. Wonderful, majestic 6. Runs continue to flow here. And I was saying the bowler did not put any pace on this, but it was taken on the pitch for a 6, for a maximum.
Effortless 6. Despite hitting it into the breeze, the timing was exquisite. Short ball and thumped away. This time there is a fielder and he drops another catch.
What has been with the fielders today, DK? Lots and lots of catches being dropped in the first innings as well. That's why we saw that 148 being scored in 10 overs of the first innings by United Challengers. One great team that is in this local circuit.
The strong breeze certainly challenging. The ball swerving in the air and coming down. The judgment has been a problem for the fielders. That could be one of the defining reasons behind plenty of catches going down tonight under lights here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. This time it's been slammed hard down the ground. They will take a single. Now they will go back for the second and they complete it.
That was fielded well, but the throw was sent to a wrong side. He should have sent it to the bowling end. But then fielder has had its own thoughts. We have seen the fielder from the deep mid-wicket region moving square. There is a square leg as well. This has been thumped down the bowler's end. And that's a fumble. Boundary. That was played in the gap. Fielder had to merge there to stop that ball. Completely missed that. You don't misfield these chances.
Yeah, a little bit of bounce there. Could not get down. Was running across from left to right. It has gone away to the boundary for 4. Satish Kumar. None for 24. 6-4, single and 2. That's the distribution in this over so far from his bowling.
And a dot ball. That was the first ball. We'll have to wait and watch what comes off this last ball. This will be a crucial ball from Satish. That's been bowled back of the leg. Chance of run out there. Direct hit would have done the trick. The batsman could have scored a second one, but he lost his bat and lost his control. Over done by the crease. This completes the over. Good over for Markhors nonetheless. 97 for 2.
Gorgeous looking Asian Town Cricket Stadium in Doha, Qatar is hosting the Qatar Cricket Association League, the T10 League, the Ramadan Cup 2022. Total of 16 teams participating, and here is the comparative study. Tall buildings in the beginning as well. Till the 5th over they were in contention. In the 6th over, because of losing a couple of wickets and now looking to gather some momentum to finish it on a high. But it is going to be a challenging task to get these runs in the remaining 7 overs. 97 for 2. 7 overs have been bowled, 3 overs to go.
Yes, absolutely. Those towers there, the bowling and the runs scored. Both the teams were neck to neck. We'll have to wait and watch because both the openers have departed on a wrong time. It's Imran one more time. He bowled a wonderful over. This one has been flicked over the square leg for a wonderful 6. The timing was impeccable on this occasion there.
Well. They are well within this reach of getting to the total. Again, a short ball which was hoiked beautifully. Powerfully struck for a 6 to put additional pressure on the bowler. First ball going for a 6, always challenge.
This is pressure on the bowler straight away. We do not see such balls being bowled at this stage of the game. You have 46 to score of 2.5.
Will this be the over? Coming down the track and hitting it down the ground. It's gone into the stands for a 6.
What wonderful
Back-to-back
batting.
6s.
Wonderful batting that. Coming around the stumps, not managing to bowl that in the area. That was hit high and handsome. Wonderfully done this time. We don't see such shots at many occasions, but this one was done very well. Long on, fielder just being a spectator and the crowd getting entertained. Wonderful crowd here today.
Imran.
And the breeze getting more stronger here.
Imran getting 2 wickets from the previous over to bring the momentum back into the team's favor, but this has been a very disturbing experience for him to start the over conceding 2 6s of the first 2 deliveries.
As a captain, DK, would you have called Imran for this next over? Or would you have kept him for the last over?
I would have thought about using different bowler here. And more runs here, single. But they are getting in there. They're not out of the competition. It's always a challenge chasing 149 to win. 149 to win, 109 for 2 at the moment. And the batting effort has been absolutely brilliant from the Markhors team. Top order, firing on all cylinders and setting the chase. And we could witness a fascinating finish to this encounter.
Imran, once again, there was a dot ball, there was a single. This one has been sent once again to the deep mid-wicket area for a huge, huge 6.
3 sixes already from this over. Again, the length has been the problem. He's bowling into the breeze and dropping it short. And which was taken duly care by the batter there. In the arc and out of the park for a 6.
Absolutely, in the arc and out of the park. That's what exactly we should say.
Can you find one more boundary from here in this over? This time he's beaten. Oh, streaky stroke there. It's a bye. It's a bye. He's beaten, and they take a single as well in between.
I would always tell my bowler as a captain to bowl fuller length, because if there is a breeze, you might have your chances. Every batsman wants to hit boundaries, 6s, and then you can create those chances. If you're bowling short, you're always going to be hit. This one has been sent over the long on boundary for a 6 again. That's what exactly I was saying. If you bowl fuller, you might get some chances. Crowd getting entertained there. Wonderful display of batting this. A lot of pressure on the bowler. And Markhors getting closer to that target. Bending down to hit that 6. Wonderfully done.
Great entertainment for the crowd coming in good number. Vociferous crowd today. They've been thoroughly entertained. 4 sixes coming from the previous over. A game-changing over this. And 2 batters attacking from both ends. And they're firing on all cylinders. 28 of 8 from the blade of Farhan. And Farhan is winning the game here for the team. Markhors. There was a lot of criticism when they won the toss and they invited the opposition in. The bowlers conceded plenty of runs. Catches went down as well in the first innings. But in the chase, this has been a masterclass performance from all the batters, the top order batters in particular. 123 for 2. A breezy chase. And that's where they are catching up again.
Yes, absolutely. That worm going up and above. Just those 2 wickets in the same over of Imran, wherein both the openers got out. 123 for 2. And we still have a match on hands. Unless they cross that line, they still need 26 of the last 2 overs. 13 runs they have to score per over. And this over will be crucial. They will try to score maximum runs in this over so that the pressure is straight away on the bowler in the last over.
Chandra, they've been competitive. They did not allow the momentum to shift from that position. They kept themselves in the hunt, kept striking at a good rate throughout the innings. A sustained momentum in batting department in the chase. And he goes again. This time will land in no man's land and there will be a single. This could be the game-changing over if they take 1 wicket here. And couple of dot balls.
A wicket and the match goes into the favor of United Challengers. A 6, a boundary, anything is possible, and then that goes in the favor of Markhors. New bowlers introduced at the 9th over. This is what I was telling you. Imran, who bowled back-to-back overs, probably he should have been kept either to bowl the 9th over or the 10th over, because he had taken 2 crucial wickets. The 2 openers who batted very well today.
Square leg on the boundary, mid-wicket and long on. This time it goes through the onside and it's gone all the way. It's gone for another maximum. It's a 6.
That's so effortless. Just clearing his front leg and deep mid-wicket boundary, 6 runs. And again, one more time, the crowd getting entertained, the viewers getting entertained We are live on YouTube. We are live on Fan Code in India. This is Ooredoo and Elite Sports presents T10 tournament brought to you by Qatar Cricket Association. One more time. This one has been driven to the deep mid-wicket area again, but straight to the fielder. One single run taken. They are doing it very, very cautiously here. A boundary has already come in. A 6 has come in actually. And they are rotating the strike.
18 to win from 9.
Not a difficult task in a T20 game, T10 game as well. This one is lobbed up. Backward square. This might go and cross the boundary. No, the fielder emerges. Batsman completing 2 runs. This is wonderful. This is wonderful cricket, intelligent cricket by the batsmen there. They are just making sure that the team goes past that 148 mark.
When they scored 148, everyone had written the opposition out of the contest, but this has been quite a response. He gets the ball over that fielder and away to the boundary for 4. Another boundary, more cheer from the stands. And Markhors believe that they are there to win this encounter chasing.
That was slashed hard. And yes, fortune favors the brave. And as Mikhail said, attack is the best defense. They have to throw everything on those balls and fetch runs. And that's what exactly is happening right now. Already 2 boundaries, 1 6 and a 4. 2 singles and a double. This is the last ball of this over. A boundary to end this over will make sure the next over is easy for them to play. This has been hit but missed. Completely missed the line of the ball this time.
137 for 2. 6 and 4 already from this over. 1 6 1 2 4 dot ball. Can he get one more dot ball in this over? This over is finished now. So now 6 deliveries left in the contest. Options for the captain. Imraj going for 19. I don't think captain will introduce him.
In fact, Farhan as well going for 19. That's also a concern. Only thing is Riaz who's gone for 14. He might get an over. We'll have to wait and watch who bowls this last over. They need 12 from this over. And they have done very well to reach to this mammoth total of 148 and the target of 149. Markhors will be the heroes tonight, winning the toss, electing to field. That's not the trend that's been followed here. Qatar Cricket Association and this particular stadium is known for batting first and winning the contests. Wicketkeeper has a concern because he wants to take out his helmet, and that's why we have a pause there. This is going to the nerve. It's all a contest about boundaries and dot balls now on. The 6 last balls. This will give us the result of this game. DK, what do you reckon?
The batter is counting the field, how many fielders on the offside on the boundary. So they got man at the sweeper position on the offside on the boundary, man at the long off region, long on, mid wicket, and man is behind the square on the onside, and fine leg is up in the circle. And here is the first ball. What's the story about this? He gets the streaky edge and he is going to concede runs here.
Pressure on the bowler straight away. That's been slashed hard outside the off stump. No protection there at the boundary in the third man region. That's gone for a boundary. Very valuable one. They need 8 from the next 5 balls. This match is going in favor of Markhors. What mistake has United Challengers done, DK?
They could have managed the bowling resources better. Who should have been introduced at what time? Also the strong breeze challenging the equation, the combination that captain wanted to use. And catches going down. That's been the story in both innings as well. In the first innings also 4 to 5 catches going down. In the second innings as well. And now they are on the verge of a victory here. The Markhors team 141 for 2. Boundary of the very first delivery. This time he gets the ball into the gap. Third man is there. It will limit the scoring to a single. He wants the second run. Will have to settle for a single.
This is just a single here. But after that boundary was hit, which was slashed outside the off stump.
also the discipline. When you score 148, you think that you're going to win. You need to execute your plans. You may have the resources, but if you do not have the necessary discipline to put the ball in the right areas, they need a bit more clarity about their game plan as well. Yes, we accept the fact that it's a challenging situation because there is a strong breeze coming into the bowler, but they should have chosen the right bowlers to bowl from the right hand, and at the same time should have concentrated more on the process rather than looking at the big total and thinking that they will definitely win this contest.
Yes, absolutely. Since the wickets were not falling, they should have concentrated on dot balls, which never happened because this is a T10 contest. Change in fielding there. We have a point coming in to field there. This ball will be crucial. If it goes for a boundary, the match is over. That's been sent to the deep mid-wicket area. This will be a single only. Batsman trying for a second one. They're running hard and they complete a double. This is brilliant cricket there in the middle. The two batsmen talking to each other, understanding each other and running between the wickets has been wonderful there.
Yeah, and that generates differences in the opinion as well. Wicketkeeper suggesting some other length. The bowler thinks that he wants to bowl at other length because that's been the situation. They've been put under tremendous pressure. The communication between the two batters, when to attack, whom to attack. Khalil is batting on 23 of 11, 40 of just 12 deliveries from Farhan. He has certainly challenged the opponent team single-handedly with bat in hand.
All right then, 5 required of 3. This one is a swing and a miss, wonderfully bowled. The keeper wanted to throw. This is gold dust. A dot ball is exactly gold dust here at this stage and in this format of the game. Farhan will be a definite contender for the player of the match today. 12 balls, 40 runs. What a wonderful display of batting there. Fielding remains unchanged. Some changes now happening.
Do they want to bring another fieldsman up in the circle? They are thinking about protecting the boundary at this juncture in the innings. Third man is going on the boundary, man at the square leg, man at the mid-wicket, long on and long off. And where is the fielder on the offside? They got man at the long off region on the boundary, and third man is also on the boundary. Fine leg is up in the circle. And this time he hammers the ball hard, and it has gone. It's gone all the way for a 6. It's victory for the team. What a dramatic run chase here from the team Markhors. And it is Khalil who finishes the contest in style with a 6 with 1 delivery to go in the contest and also a 10. Our record 150 on the board as well.
Wonderfully done. What effortless 6 that was. The timing was spectacular on that occasion. He knew the moment the ball left the blade, it was crossing the boundary and handsomely. That's a wonderful victory, winning the toss, electing to field first and chasing that mammoth total of 148. This has been a run fest here, almost around 300 runs scored in this 10-over game. Wow. Markhors 11 winning this contest by 8 wickets. What a run chase.
Enterprising batsmanship, entertaining batting, 32 of 17 from the blade up. Sharjab Afridi at the top of the order, setting the tone for the innings, and Ramsey contributing 41 of just 17 deliveries, and they had the batsmen to do the job. They had the wherewithal to do the job. Khalil getting 29 of 13, finishing the match in style, and Farhan Mustaq. What an innings, 40 of just 12 deliveries. A sensational batting performance from the team Markhors United to beat the team United by 8 wickets with 1 delivery to go. Bowlers, they all suffered, almost everyone conceding about 10. The economy is 13, 17, 19, 12, 16 and 14. Calamity for the bowlers today in the second match. A record smashing total was scored in the first innings, which was overhauled in the second innings as Markhors 11 winning by 8 wickets with 1 delivery to go. United challengers put into bat, 148 for 3. Denzil getting 87 of 32. And then Hanaf getting 39 of 23. And Abdus getting 2 wickets for 18. In response, the chase was achieved with 1 delivery to go in the contest by 8 wickets by the team Markhors 11. Ramsey getting 41, 40 from the blade of Farhan of just 12 deliveries. and Shahjaib getting 32 of 17. Imran 2 for 32 was very, very expensive. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the post-match presentation to identify the man of the match.
For the large part of the game, it was hanging in the balance, but it was Sprite Cricket Stars that edged out their oppositions, Bangla Tigers, by 8 runs in what was a very close contest. It was even Stevens for most part of the time, and the momentum kept shifting. Nevertheless, a very, very good win here by Sprite Cricket Stars, and they pocket 2 points. Good evening and welcome to the presentation. We have the Player of the Match award to be given, but before that, we'd like to call upon the captains for a quick chat as well. First up, we'd like to call upon Saif Khandekar, the captain of Bangla Tigers. Saif, tough luck, so close yet so far.
Yeah, actually it's a very close game, but the situation we went at, I think Rabbi and Faisal.
Well, cricket has been the real winner tonight, and fair to say, this match has ended up being a box office hit and by far the best match so far in the Ooredoo Presents QCA Ramadan T10 Cup powered by Elite Sports. Both teams won hearts, but at the end of it, it was the Markhors who went on to win this game by 8 wickets and 1 ball to spare, and it was edge of the seat action. That's because for most part of the game, it was in the balance, but Markhors held their nerve and played some fine cricket as well. And for United Challengers, it was a story of so close yet so far. Nevertheless, just the right time to call upon the captain of the United Challengers and have a quick chat with him. Please come along, Sunil Raina Dalmeda. Sunil, this one will be very difficult because for most part of it, when you all scored 148, which was a record total first up, did you think at the halfway stage you had that 1 foot across the finishing line?
Of course, our players played very well. 149 was a very good score in this wicket. And the way Markhors batted, it was wonderful. At the end, we did some silly mistakes by dropping some catches and misfields. We lost the match.
Where did you think you actually lost the match? At what phase in the game? Because for most part of it, for the first 6 overs, it looked like you were very much in this particular contest.
Yeah, the first 3 overs we were bowling good in line and length, but their batsmen playing very well, good shots. And as I said, the catches always win matches, but we couldn't able to grab those catches.
A word on Denzel, he looked brilliant this evening.
Absolutely, that was one of the best performance in this ground, and I hope very best for him for the coming matches.
You all have played exceptionally well. Don't lose heart. You've put up a very good performance by creating a record first up early on. All the very best for the remaining games.
Thank you so much.
Right, captain of the United Challengers, Sunil Ryan Dalmeda, tried really hard. Just the right time to call upon the winning captain now, Abdul Sattar, for a quick chat. Abdul, you have a lot of support up there as well. Lot of support this evening for you. I'm sure they've really enjoyed. That's because you've dished out a super performance.
Yeah, actually, thank you very much for calling me here, and thank you Ooredoo, thank you Qatar Cricket Association to give us this opportunity to play at this venue. At the very beginning of the match, we knew that we are playing with the toughest team of the tournament, and we knew that we have to do this. I believed in my boys, I trusted my boys, I had believed in my God, and that's what we did.
At the toss, I asked you, you've decided to surprisingly field first, and you told me we have enough batters to chase any kind of target.
Actually, I knew they have a strong batting lineup, and I knew my boys can chase any runs, So that's what I went for that.
At the halfway stage in the dugout, when we all were coming out to chase, what was the discussion?
At the beginning, I told my boys it's 14 runs per over. And that's what you have to chase. Everyone has to give their share, and this is what they have done.
Well, you all have pulled off a heist. Very well played. And you've just given everybody out here a lot to cheer about. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We are all here for excitement, and this was the excitement, actually. Thank you very much.
Yes. What a performance here. Wonderfully played. Just the right time to call upon Mr. Mansoor Ahmed, the national team manager, to give away the player of the match medallion, a gentleman who served Qatar cricket and continues to serve in his capacity across various roles. So good evening and thank you for gracing the occasion. Well, we had quite a few contenders this evening. Fair to say, everyone has put in some fine performances. We saw Mohammad Ramsi with the bat getting 41 and 17, 3 fours and 4 sixes. One of a very fine performance he put across. Then we had Denzil Daya, 87 runs in only 32 balls, 7 fours and 8 sixes. And Farhan Mustaq from Markhors, 40 runs and 12 deliveries, pretty much sealed the deal for your team as well. And today, for the first time in this tournament, we have a joint player of the match award, which we rightly feel is the best way to go forward. It's going to be Denzil and Farhan from both the sides who can come and collect this award. Mr. Mansoor, you can give away the award. Come this side, come this side. Yeah, we'll have thank you, Mr. Mansoor. We'll have a quick chat with both the boys. We'll begin with Denzil. Denzil, you can smile. That's because you're the highest run getter right now in this particular tournament with this innings of yours. A touch disappointed?
Yeah, pretty much, because we batted well, but unfortunately we couldn't secure the victory. But it's okay. It's just the beginning, so we will play our best coming matches, and we'll try our best to win the matches, rest of the matches. So.
8 sixes. You've looked really good in the middle. Give us an account of what the discussion you were having with your partner in the middle.
From the beginning, captain and the team had faith on me, and they just asked me to go and smash the ball. So this is what my role is in the team. So I just went and started hitting from the first ball. So
you looked super impressive today. All the very best for the coming games. You in complete control with your unbeaten knock of 87.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Right. Farhan, आप जिस लय में दिखाई दे रहे थे, लगा नहीं कोई आपको आउट कर पाएगा आज. आपको लगा द हाफवे स्टेज आप चेस कर पाओगे इस टारगेट को?
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तो पहले तो शुक्र अल्लाह का करता हूँ, और दूसरा ये है कि स्पोर्टर्स हमारे माशाल्लाह बहुत अच्छे हैं, उन्होंने सपोर्ट किया हमें, और जैसे हमें शुरू में वो टारगेट वो रन रेट दे रहे थे माशाल्लाह, तो बाद में कोशिश यही थी कि फुल करें, इसको चेस करें, और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह इसको हमने विन किया.
विकेट स्पोर्टिंग रहा ऑल थ्रू?
या बिल्कुल सपोर्ट किया, एंड तक सपोर्ट किया, तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बहुत अच्छी जीत हुई.
आपके कैप्टन को बहुत फेथ था अपने बैट्समैन के ऊपर, और आज आप खरे उतरे उस पर. अपनी टीम के बारे में कुछ बताना चाहोगे?
टीम तो हमारी माशाल्लाह बहुत सपोर्टिव है, स्पेशली हमारे कैप्टन जो कि हमें बहुत सपोर्ट करते हैं. ठीक है, तो बाकी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बहुत अच्छा खेले हैं सारे, तो
बहुत मज़ा आया आपको देख के. ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट फॉर द कमिंग गेम्स. ऐसे ही मारते रहिए छक्के. वेल, दैट्स फरहान, a joint player of the match alongside Denzil from United Challengers. What an evening we've had. 2 matches going down to the final over, and that's what the T10 Cup of Ramadan is all about. Close contests, high-scoring games, and edge-of-the-seat encounters. We promise to get you more such wonderful matches in the coming days. For now, though, it's goodbye and good night from all of us, reminding you that tomorrow we have another doubleheader in place. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.